The keys to a productive life can be found in science. That's according to author James Clear, who says breaking down tasks into small, achievable goals leads to higher productivity. Think about that for a second. He applies Sir Isaac Newton's laws of motion to achieve these targets.
Clear writes, Newton's 3 laws of motion can be used as an interesting analogy for increasing your productivity, simplifying your work, and improving your life. More than 400,000 users subscribe to Clear's newsletter, I'm one of them, on habits and performance. His work has been used by the teams in the NFL, NBA, and MLB, as well as leaders of Fortune 500 companies. James Clear is here. Good morning.
Yeah. Good morning.
So tell us about your the new work that you're doing.
Sure. So habits are really important because they compound over time. So, if you were able to just get 1% better each day for a whole year, you'd end up almost 37 times better by the time you're done with it. So They seem like really small choices, right? In the moment, it seems like nothing in order to make these choices. But over the span of our lifetimes, they end up making the difference between who you are and who you could be.
Right. The New York Times is coining that term, essentially micro progress, to describe breaking it down into small units to achieve a bigger goal. What's a way to start that?
Sure. So I like to talk about the 2-minute rule. And the idea here is that you want to downscale your habit until it only takes 2 minutes to do. So for example, going for a run might be downscaled into just tying your running shoes, or folding the laundry is downscaled into fold the first pair of socks, or
start it is
yeah,
your point.
The idea is that we
Don't feel
often
like you have to
optimize for the result, but instead we should optimize for the starting line, not the finish line.
Yeah, you said don't look at the big picture of success. You should really concentrate on just do something.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you achieve a result, you really only change your life for the moment. Like achieving your goal, if you have the goal to clean your room, for example, then your room is clean now, but if you don't change the habits, the pack rat, sloppy habits behind that goal, then you're gonna have a messy room 2 weeks from now.
Why are habits important, James?
Well, habits, of course, get us the results that we want. So they can help us earn more money or lose weight or be more productive. But the real reason that habits matter is because each action that you take is like a vote for the type of person that you want to become. Oh. So they help you embody the sense of being that type of person. Each time you write, you are a writer. Each time you play the violin, you are a musician. Each time you work out, you are an athlete. And so your habits are the method through which you embody your identity and develop your sense of self, your self-image.
We are what we repeatedly do. Tell me if there's a huge problem I've got. Let's say addiction to technology. How do I take a massive thing like that I want to fix and break it down into manageable pieces?
Sure. Well, we're all addicted to our phones. We have our smartphones on us all the time. Where do you leave your phone at night?
In my hand as I cuddle it with it.
This is what a lot of people deal with, right? Their phone is the last thing they see when they go to bed at night, and the first thing they see when they wake up in the morning. So one thing that you could do is just move your phone to a different place to charge it. So you could charge in the bathroom, for example. Set your alarm there, and then the only goal here is just to reduce the amount of time that you're going to mindlessly browse while you're laying in bed.
Mm-hmm. What about those initiating actions that cause me during the day to go change it? Do I have to get habits to get me from being triggered?
Well, these cues are everywhere, right? And so, for example, if you look on my phone, I've tried to reduce some of the cues so that I have no apps on the home screen,
cues,
right?
Yeah.
And the goal here is just to increase the friction a little bit. So I can still go to Instagram, for example, and swipe over, and then it's inside this nested folder. But I just don't want to do it mindlessly. And so the whole idea with habits is to try to increase the amount of friction that are associated with bad habits